The first time I joined a gym when we lived in Mississippi, I hadn't worked out in a very long time, like since high school. But I went to Katy High School, right? We learned how to lift and win state championships and stuff. And so I thought, well, just get back into it. This was the first time I was in like a real gym. And there were real massive people. I drove a red 99 Ford Ranger, and every male in the gym was bigger than my truck. I had my work cut out for me, right? Not knowing anything about proper lifting or technique or anything. I just remembered in high school, I had a pretty good bench press. So I decide, after a 10-year hiatus, I'm just gonna pick up right where I left off. And I put on as much weight as I could do in high school for one rep. And it was amazing at first. I lifted the bar off, I came down, I thought, this is so great. I'm gonna show all these guys, it's gonna be fantastic. Right as I was trying to push it up, nothing happened. And I'm trying to get it off so bad I couldn't do it. So finally one of the big guys come over, he just picks it up, and then I get a lecture. Don't, son, you can't do that. You're gonna hurt yourself, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, oh, okay. So the next day I go back, determined to fit in, determined to try to do something to make me stand out, per se, or just to fit in, right? So I go, and when I'm there, I find the biggest dude, right? Because this is what all prison movies say to do. I find the biggest dude in the gym, and I say, will you please help me? So, and he said, I'm benching today. Yes, I'll do that. He said, why don't you spot me and I'll give you some tips. And I turned around and I saw his bench with the bar on it, and it was the first time I had seen a man bench pressing 405 pounds. I thought, you want me to spot you? But I had to act cool. So I act cool about it, but I began to sweat a ton. And at the time I had a really baby beard. I get up on the bench behind him and I'm like, all right, let's do this, I'm ready. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna do 5. So he pumps the first one out, the first 3 like nothing. Just doom, 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 doom. But then the 4th one, it got a little hard. The one rule he gave me was, don't touch the bar. Do not touch the bar. Just let it go. I will get it, make me struggle. I'm like, sure, whatever. I'm over him, and on that 4th rep going up, it was going really slow, tremendously slow. He's gonna drop it and die right in front of me. And I began to get so anxious that sweat was going down my face, off my baby beard, and began to drip on his face as he's trying to push 405 pounds to lock it out. Horrified. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I step off the thing, he finally gets a rep, and I thought, okay, good. He's done, he'll rack it. I'll get out of here. I will never come back here again. He goes down for the 5th one. And I didn't think he was gonna get it. And I'm like, I can't let this guy die. So I jump up on the bench again, and I take my t-shirt and I wrap it around my beard, and he begins to kind of scream and like shake his head like this. The tighter I put the t-shirt, the more it was like sponging more sweat onto his face. It was the most embarrassing thing in my life. I have never felt so out of place in my entire life. I did what needed to be done. I canceled my membership that day and never came back there ever again. But listen, whether it's been a gym, whether it's been like a card shop, whether it's been like some kind of convention, or even church, we've all been in places we don't feel like we belong there. And we feel like if someone finds me out, this is going to be a terrible experience. And so what do? We don't go. We separate. We don't intermingle with people that are not like us. People that have different worldviews, different passions, different gifts, different abilities, because partially we're scared, but partially we don't interact with them. But listen, Jesus does the opposite. The mission of Jesus is to consistently put himself in places where he is the butt of the joke. But why does he do that? Why is his mission so reverse to the way that we naturally interact with one another, how we naturally think? Because Jesus is about people. He's about restoring people, healing people. He's about giving hope. He's about giving forgiveness, inviting us to have the courage to repent. And if that means chasing us down in certain places where he stands out, where he has to stick his neck out on the line, he's willing to do that. Why? Why does he go to those places? Because that's where people are. To seek out people, to associate with him. Why? So that he can extend them an invitation to a table that will nourish you and I, unlike anything else we can experience in this life.